On behalf of the United English Breeders Association in UKC, we'd like to congratulate the 2011 Lifetime Achievement Award winners. This is John Ferrari. I hope you enjoy this movie.
Hello, I'm Ed Bates. I've just been informed that I've won the Lifetime Achievement Award for English Coonhounds, and I'm thrilled to death about that, and it really means something to me. Dogs have always been a real big part of my life, but here in the next few minutes, I'd like to introduce to you some people that means much more to me than any dog could ever mean. To my left here is my new bride. I've had her for 47 years, and she's done a wonderful job of raising our family because Dad was working and chasing after a dream and a dog. I just wanted to tell her here on this that I love her and I appreciate her for everything that she's done for me and for our family. Barb, you got anything you'd like to say?
Well, when we were told we were going to have an interview, I tried to think of a couple things, and one of the first things that came to my mind was when we were dating. This would have been about 61 to 64. We married in 1964. And later people said, well, you knew what you was getting into with a man that hunted all the time. And I said, no, I had no way of knowing. But I should have, because Ed would come and get me for a date, and we'd go out for a date, and about 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening, we would stop by his house, and he would go in and put on all these stinky, smelly hunting clothes and boots, and throw a couple coon dogs in the back of the car, and then he'd take me home and go on to his hunt. So that should have been a pretty good suspicion right there. And another thing, after we married in May of 1964, and my husband sold a good red-bone coon dog, I think it was.
Blue-tick English.
A blue-tick English coon dog. He sold a coon dog so that when we married we could buy some furniture. And so there was a few times he never let me forget that he had to sell a dog so we could buy furniture when we got married. And through the years people will say, well, you sure put up with a lot. And back when we were young with small children, my husband, he hunted about every night. And so people would say, why do you put up with that? Well, you come to a point where you decide, do I love this person enough? And I did love this person enough that you realize this is part of his personality. This is his being. This was his love. These were his dreams. And so you learn to accept that and you go along with it. And one other thing that comes to mind when we married, my dad said, all you'll ever have is a couple of dogs tied under the porch. Well, of course, him and Ed became best of friends later, but Ed definitely proved him wrong. He was very successful in his career as a lumber manager, and he was very successful with his dogs. And now, in our later life, I enjoy seeing the things we have done, the friends we have made, and it's been a pleasure. And now I encourage him to go hunting and stuff, not only just because I know he loves it so well, but for health reasons and the pleasure he receives from it. So I wouldn't change things, and I'm very proud to be the husband of this award winner.
Thank you, Barb. You know, when we got married, she was 16 and I was 20, and a lot of people said that won't last. I'll assure you that won't last. And I'm going to say this to all of you. If she doesn't start treating me just a little bit better, they may be right. We're going to bring on some more family members here and some people I'm awful proud of. But I just want this woman to know how much she means to me. And I could never found another woman like her. I couldn't have accomplished anything without her support. They say behind every successful man, there's a good woman, and right here, so that's mine. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the Bates family. Of course, I've already introduced Barb, my wife. To my left here is our oldest son, Scott Bates. He's a coon hunter, I'm sorry to say. He won the NKC World Championship in Lakeland, Florida, and he won 4th place in the PKC World Championship. Just killed me when he won it because I was scared to death that he was going to follow in his father's footsteps, and I'm proud to say he's kept everything in line. He's been first and foremost a family man, He hasn't put anything above his family. He's manager of Carter Lumber here in Washington Courthouse. He's on the school board, and he's a darn good guy. To his left is our second son, Mark. He's a little bit underdressed for this occasion. He just came from work. Mark's a certified financial planner and a stockbroker, and he just recently stepped off on the board of our local hospital. He's like Scott and like my daughter Chris. They're all successful people. He's got one daughter, and you'll see her on the tape here in just a few minutes. To his left is our only daughter, Chris Bates, now Chris Donnelly. She has two children. Chris is a registered nurse here at their Hillsborough Hospital. And I'd just like to say that all these people, in some form or another, they all paid their dues, and they suffered in some form for their dad's success. And I just want them all to know that I truly love them. In our last clip, I failed to mention that Chris does have a husband. His name's Rodney Donnelly, and he's our local bank manager, but I think he's out playing golf this afternoon, so he just missed out on this shoot. But here's Chris's two kids. They live real close to us here, and like all of our grandchildren, we love them very, very much. This is Miss Faith. She's a preschooler, probably be in kindergarten next year, and she's a soccer player and a real sweetheart. To her left here is Ryland Donnelly. He's a hunter, a lover, a fighter, and a wild horse rider. He's an all-around guy. He can play ball, and he can get the good grades for you. But I'm really proud of this boy, and he's also one of my coon hunting buddies. And he does know a dog. I'll have to say that for him. Ronnie, you got anything you'd like to say?
Yes. Grandpa has inspired me to coon hunt, and he's just the person I look up to.
Thank you, Ron. That means a lot to me, buddy. Love you both. You got anything, Faith? Not right now? Okay, maybe a later date. Chris, you got anything you'd like to say?
I just wanted to say to you, congratulations. We're very proud of you. You talked earlier about all of us suffering through your hunting, but I never felt like it was suffering. We lived and breathed dogs, and we didn't know anything else, and enjoyed it. I wasn't one of the boys that really went out hunting, but I enjoyed the dogs and the pups and knew all of their names, and we had people that traveled from all over the country that came to visit us, and that, as a kid, that was an awesome experience because you got to meet so many different people from different backgrounds. And I would like to say before the boys get on here, no matter what they say, I was the chief dog feeder for many years. So without me, you wouldn't be here because we wouldn't have any dogs.
Hi, I'm Mark Bates. This is my family, Rosie Bates, and Ed's granddaughter, Haley Bates. I just want to tell you congratulations.
Congratulations, Ed. I love you, Grandpa. Congratulations.
We love you.
I'm Scott Bates. This is my wife Joy Bates, daughter Kylie Bates, son Ryan Bates, and son Logan Bates. Congratulations, Dad. You deserve it more than anybody in the world. We love you to death.
Congratulations. Love you.
Love you too, Grandpa.